Wagwan family, to all of my brotherdom and my sisterdom on the planet, all of ye which bear the mark of the universal spirit's visible soul skin, you are who I'm talking to. When I say Wagwan, it's a Jamaican greeting. I'm going to use a little bit of the Jamaican tongue quite often, because I just want to be able to use every tongue on the planet. This video right here, I want to share some insight, just because. Just want to put it out here. Just want to put the information out here. This is going to be specifically targeted towards the insight of what it's like to be an undesirable man, especially in this country. Just some insight on it. Just some insight on it. What's some insight on what it's like to be what women deem as undesirable in this country? That's what this video is going to be for. Just to bring some awareness to it. Nothing about me personally. Just going to bring some awareness from what I've been seeing, from my personal experience, and from the perception and or from my weaponized empathy for my brethren. For my empathy is weaponized. I have weaponized empathy. All right. Now check this out first, though, before I go on. I'm going to just say this. All things that derive from your natural instinctive state of mind are positive. So any other thing or any other ideology or concept that comes from your natural instinctive state of mind will be a lie. Anything else outside of positive energy deriving from somewhere to give your natural instinctive state of mind an influence is external, and it's a lie. The only thing that derives from your natural instinctive state of mind is positive energy, period. So if you say anything else within your mind is going down, is metaphorical and or just based off of your experience. It's metaphorical and or based off of your experience, not from what's internal, your experiences. So in other words, once again, everything you feel like is metaphorical. What you are is what's the real deal. Nothing but positive energy comes from your natural instinctive state of mind. So if you have anything else to talk about with your field-based mentality or your field-based ideology or your field-based or your experience-based only, meaning only what you experience, meaning something from the outside of you, whatever you talk about in regards to something from the outside of you, if you say that's what you feel like, you're lying. It's a metaphor. Well, you don't know that, though. You don't know that because they made sure that you didn't. They just taught you to say that. Just told you to say that, and you experienced them saying that, so now you say it. So now, what you experienced their experiences. I said that wrong. Because a feel is just an experience. That's what a feel is. It's not something deriving from your natural instinctive state of mind. It's just an experience from your external source, eliciting something from your internal source, or your natural instinctive state of mind's capabilities, in other words. The word power defines as the ability to do something or act in a particular way. The literal definition of the word power, not no made up metaphorical word definition, should I say. And this world gives us a belief and or concept of power because of the source telling the world what concept of power we should believe in, or what is power for us, that we should believe is power for us. That's what this world wants us to face or accept as a statement that is true. Remember, everything about this world currently, about this country, about all countries, about all the people, they gathered their ways from an external source. All of them did. All of us did. All of we gathered our way from an external source. All of us did. Nothing from the internal. The enemy kept us so far away from our internal capabilities that we never thought to even look towards them or thought to realize that they were there. And now none of us are truly even aware of their existence. So I'm just going to say a few things to tie in with all the things I really would like to, all that will tie in with all the things I would like to explain and get across in place within the ethos of your world. So real quick, here's some insight on what it's like to be an undesirable man in this kind of country here. But from what I'm starting to see now, there are undesirable men in every country because there's a gender inequality in all countries. What's the main thing that drives men to commit suicide? Women. That's the main thing that drives them to commit suicide, because when you program a woman to hate a man, she wants the man to suffer to death, because that's what hatred is. Remember, the word hate defines as feel intense or passionate dislike for something. Feel intense or passionate dislike for something. That's what the word hate defines as, right? Okay. So what is a feel? A feel is an experience, emotion, or it is, yeah, just an emotion. A feel is an experience or an emotion, a triggered emotion, in other words. And what is an emotion? What is an experience? So for starters, an emotion, let's stick right there for a second. An emotion is a natural instinctive state of mind, a natural instinctive state of mind deriving from one's own mood, circumstances, or relationship with others. Now, the mood, your physical from your physical flesh, even that is external of your natural instinctive state of mind. So guess what? Not even your mood is the dictator of what your thoughts are, or not even your actual mood itself is the true and finite dictator of how your natural instinctive state of mind operates. Not even your mood is. Something has to trigger your mood. Something external has to trigger your mood into being something different than what it is right now. Being something different than what your natural instinctive state of mind is inspiring your mood to be like. You follow what I'm saying? Your circumstances are external. Your relationship with others are external. Your mood, even your literal, physical, organic mood, is external of your natural instinctive state of mind. It is. Just think about it. Think about it. Think about it. You know? Moving forward, though. So in this country here, our women, our sisters, our magnificent, magnificent soul seed shards, they are being mentally brutalized to hate us. Now remember, hate is feel intensive passion, dislike for something. Nothing outside of you decides what your natural instinctive state of mind can be like. And all it is a positive energy. So anything else outside of your natural instinctive state of mind setup or standards or natural instinctive standards, anything outside of that is a lie or a metaphor or telling you to do something other than what it wants you to do, which is live in peace, love, unity, and advancement. Peace, respect, balance, and progression. Goodness, good, beautiful, what's good, beautiful, normal, and natural. Protects life and gives life. And the abilities to live them accurately. Moving forward, though. Hope that makes sense. Anything else outside of the natural instinctive state of mind's true properties is a lie. Anything. Even your mood and your literal flesh. Because only something from the external can entice your natural instinctive state of mind to move your mood and your circumstances into a different reality. Only something from outside can influence your internal natural instinctive state of mind. Insight. Okay. Feel intense or passionate dislike for something. That's what the government and or this the recessive genoclass people, meaning the racism and the feminism and the as well as their other partner, the LGBTQs, their partners. Those are the three of the worst weapons that this so-called white supremacy uses to program our women into hating us. But remember, hate defines as feel intense or passionate dislike for something. Now, here's what I was getting at. Due to what our natural instinctive state of mind is at its root and absolute core, meaning what our feelings are at their core root, we cannot have intense or passionate dislike for something. We can't. Not literally. We can't literally have it. So it has to be programmed into us. It has to be programmed. We have to be programmed, forcefully programmed to have an intense or passionate dislike for something. Intense or passionate dislike. So you have to be manipulated and tricked into having an intense or passionate dislike for something. When you look at the words intense or passionate dislike for someone or something, when you look at that intense or passionate dislike, what are you being told to have for that person? You see? Because think about it. You have to be tricked into hating something. You have to be taught to hate something. You have to be taught to despise something. You have to be taught to. It's not a natural thing. That's not a natural feeling for us to have. You follow what I'm saying? Now you leave it up to our sisters of today in this country here. They'll say it is. They'll say it is. They just automatically say everything is what it is. They don't think about no roots or nothing like that. But that's because that's how the programming works. The programming is designed to be your way that trumps all other ways. You follow what I'm saying? Even though it's only one way that it's really trying to trump. But moving forward, our sisters under this programming, insight. Now, intense or passionate dislike for someone or something. You have to be taught that. So when you have that intense or passionate dislike for someone or something, that means you have a desire, simply a desire to see it suffer till it ends. If you have that kind of passionate dislike for someone, you have a desire to see it suffer till it ends. And that's it. The thing is, though, we only get hate from external. Hate only comes from external. Is overall the main message of this right here. Hate only comes from what's external, not from what's internal at all. No, nothing evil or dark can come from your heart at all. So I'm saying all that to get ready to give some more insight on how men are experiencing women today. Just to give some more insight on it. Hate only comes from what's external. You have to be taught to hate. You have to be taught to desire to see someone end through suffering. You follow what I'm saying? So now, what are some words that we can use to label and describe intricate details as to how our women display their hatred that they've been taught by this evil, wicked government? What are some intricate, elaborate details as to how women show us that they desire us to suffer to death? What are some intricate details? Now remember, a lot of our brotherdom and our sisterdom think that our women who are poisoned by this mentality, they think, I'm gonna say think for this part, they think that they're doing this for the money, right? That's what they think. Now remember, your ability to do something. In this world, we were taught that money is God. In reality, God is power. God is power in reality. God is literal power in reality, a positive power. And that's what he is in reality, a literal positive power. Now, remember. Now, peep gang. In this world here, your ability to do something, how you do anything is how you do everything. What is an ability to do something? Live. That's an ability to do something. Remember, they want you to suffer to death. And since we all have the fantasy of money in our heads to believe that money is God, the more they take away from you, the more they are taking away your abilities to live, you see. The desire is for you to suffer to death. That's the desire. When someone hates you or when something hates you, whenever your woman says that she hates you, you need to check that. It's not a joke. Check that. She said it for a reason. There is something you did or something you are not doing right that is making her go a negative 100 with you versus a positive 100. Check her somehow. How? There's really no other way you can honestly check someone with a poison intellect, because that's just what they believe they are. You follow what I'm saying? They believe they are this hatred towards you. Some insight though. Now, our women in this country it's not about the money, as I was saying. It's not about the money at all. It seems like it's about the money, but it's not. Remember, our women under this poisonous mentality, every single step and every single day of their lives, they're lying to each other. At every moment of their existence, they're lying. Every millisecond, they're lying. They're at every portion or every, move in reality, they are lying to themselves about it. They're lying. It's not about money. Let me see. Women who don't like you do their best to expose you to other women who don't like you, or who don't like that thing that makes you unlikable, or whatever thing that makes you unlikable. Other women who don't like you, they'll do their best to expose you if they experience you. You follow what I'm saying? If they experience you and the experience was something that wasn't a good experience, meaning it wasn't a good feeling, then they will do some of the most overwhelmingly drastic things to expose you to other women who have a poisoned intellect, so that they can also deprive you of what they are. You follow what I'm saying? Because we need our women. And the more we begin to learn that, the more they're going to use that against us. You follow what I'm saying? Because see, here's the thing. They know virtually everything they need to know, but they only know it about us. You follow what I'm saying? The thing is, what they know of is what destroys us. That's what they know of. And that's the only thing they practice is what destroys us. Whatever destroys us is what they practice. But why? Because government told them to. Meaning the recessive geno class people, meaning the feminists, meaning the racists, meaning the confused community. They taught our sisters how to behave like this. Why? Because racism, feminism, and confused wants to dominate our reality. And the only way to do that, or the best way to do that, is to ensure that no MLKs or Malcolm X's can rise up. Remember, both MLK and Malcolm X had wives, didn't they? They had full power. They had balance. They had a chance to be all the way themselves. Men of today don't have that because the so-called people in power are taking it away in every way possible in order to make sure that we don't have what we need on sight when we meet our right. If that makes sense. So, women who don't like you are women who will go a negative 100 with you. Women who do like you will go a positive 100 with you. And if the way you trigger a woman to not like you is to have even a smidget of immorality. And since the world attacks you night and day to ensure that you would have nothing but immoralities upon thy vessel and upon thy art, then your natural instinctive state of mind gets surrounded by lies. It gets surrounded by lies. And that's the only one truth inside of you, is that natural instinctive state of mind. So it gets surrounded by the lies that are coming in, that are getting fed in, and going down, fed in and going into your inner heart. And those lies are surrounding your inner heart, and it prevents the good from getting out, the true good that was naturally destined to come out of you, to be elicited. It stops that true good from being elicited. And due to that true good not being able to elicit, and women and our sisters being poisoned by having a poisoned intellect, they will, let's say, instant reject you, or silence you, or not silence you, but let's say ghost you, right? That's what y'all call it, ghost. They'll ghost you. Men get ghosted often, very, 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 very often. How do men get ghosted? What triggers a woman to ghost a man? Well, let's not forget, if she has even a smidget of reason why she doesn't like you, for example, I'm gonna just say this. Like, if you ask her for something and you're an undesirable man, she'll ghost you. Like in the beginning, you follow what I'm saying? Because no woman really wants to go through any kind of time frame with an undesirable man. None. Like, not even a second. So, but the thing is, due to their heart of hearts, they won't tell you that. But then on top of that, the indoctrination or the poison intellect prevents them from telling you any kind of the truth. So when you just ask them for something as an undesirable man, they just ghost you. Just like that. You can say anything outside of what needs to be said directly in order to get yourself in there with her. No good. How can I explain this part right here more clearly and more thoroughly, more? They're taught to stand against our morals. So whatever you ask of, if you're an undesirable man, if you ask her for something and she already experiences you, meaning she just looked at you, or she touched you and felt you somewhere, or you're in a certain position of working and you don't have enough power to be sapped, which means money, because they see money due to the fairy tales in our heads. They see money as our power. So that's one thing to take down a man. Or she'll be eager to expose you to other women, as I said, who are also under the same poison mentality, that if they see you going through what you just went through with her herself, she'll play like a sacrifice or a catalyst for other women to see it and do you the same way, and or just avoid you completely. You follow what I'm saying? And then and then on top of that, when you first meet a woman as an undesirable man in this country of America, due to how the recessive people wanted to program our women so they can separate them from us, when you approach a woman as an undesirable and you just ask her for something, anything, and it's kind of coming from a moral place, she'll reject you, or she'll ghost you, or she won't respond, or she'll take hours or days even. You can say anything. As an undesirable man, you can say anything to get ghosted by a woman. Anything. There's only a select amount of things you can say, and you'll never know what they are unless you say them and you land on them correctly. It's really that difficult. It really is. But why is it that difficult, though? Who made it that difficult? What is causing it to be so difficult? Where are the answers that we can go to find out how it's so difficult? You follow what I'm saying? When did they become so difficult? Why are men suffering, or not? Well, suffering, yes, of course, when it comes to dating, because that's what we're doing, because our women are ensuring that we are. But why are our women ensuring that our dating experiences are going to suffer? It's not about the money. It's not. Money is a fairy tale. It's a fairy tale. They are trying to destroy you. They are trying to see you suffer to death. They are trying to end you. They don't like you. They don't want you in existence. If they just see you, remember, they have to see you in order to flip into Terminator mode. When they don't see you and they don't know you exist, they don't care. The natural instinctive state of mind takes over a bit. But then when they see you, if you are something that they don't like on sight, they will want you to die tonight, or just suffer to death, or go through things that you're not supposed to go through. Literally every millisecond of a woman's life that does not like you will be against you. If this is making sense. Every single millisecond. So I don't have much, don't need to say too much more for this video here. But just know that they were programmed to stand against our morals. What is a moral? A moral is concerned with the principles of right and wrong behavior, or the goodness or badness of human character. What is the character? What is the behavior? Character is the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. So meaning what's right and wrong. Or, or knowing who you are, knowing where you stand, and knowing what's right and wrong. Knowing who you art, knowing where you stand, and knowing what's right and wrong. That's what a moral and character is. In this world, money is taught to be power. We're taught that money is power. We're taught that money is God. God is actually power. So the more you take our power away, the more you take away our ability to do something. Our ability to do something like live. They don't want you to do that. Because if you're just living, you're doing all right. You're not suffering. but they need you to suffer to death because they don't like you. They have an intense or passionate dislike for you because that's what they're taught to do. Yeah, we're at war. We're at war. So this is why we have to experience this on such a regular basis, because we're at war. We're all at war. Let me see. I'm gonna close this video out. I just want to say those words. Bring some insight on what men are experiencing from our women today. I just want to bring some insight on that. It's not about the money, not truly. Money is a tool. Money was taught to us that we were taught to believe that money is power. So when women see men with a lot of power, since they're night and day told to hate men, then they see those type of men as someone fun to destroy, because the thing is they have the ability to just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, and they don't stop. It's just, they can be infinitely that until they find a certain man with enough power and feel good energy to just subjugate all of that evil. Come home and let me hold you, baby. My dear, my love, my woman. You know? They're always trying to find something to crash into. Not a wall, but a man. Long story short. Take that how you want to take it. But yeah, our women are looking for something to crash into. But it's not just something though. It's the right man. They're looking for the right man to crash into. So that energy won't be, driving them to madness night and day. Or should I say the programming, because it ain't the energy inside of her that's driving her to mad. It's the programming itself. It's the lessons she learned. It's the indoctrination. It's the ingrain. It's the environment that she grew up in. She became a product of her environment. The 5 people she associated with most as she was growing up. Her parents, what she got from her parents is not just the media. The media is just another weapon, just like money is a weapon used to destroy our lives. Money is a weapon used to destroy our lives, just like the media is a weapon is used to destroy our lives. Just like the recessive genetically modified people were used to destroy our lives. And now our women are being weaponized against us. Our women are being weaponized against us. You can believe what the scripture says about how no weapon formed against you shall prosper. But in this case, if you ain't careful, they'll prosper in some kind of way. Even if it's to get you exposed to other women that you should be labeled as undesirable to them as well. They're all out to destroy men, primarily melanated men. Any other man that is suffering or going through something is only going through it so that melanated men can see it. And it can be in your heads, so it can drive into your hearts and eventually drive you to do it as well. It's all designed to see us suffer to death. All of it is. Go ahead and close out this video, though. I just wanted to get those words set across. Ain't about the competition. It's about awareness and knowledge of what needs to be stopped. I don't desire to be your king or your leader. I only desire to defend and protect you, or say something that at least will do, or get me to a point where I can do it physically and stop talking so much, or at least come out of the talking phase and get into more action. Therefore, until those days come, I can only just keep on telling you all, love your neighbors, you love yourself. Defend your neighbors, you defend yourself. Be lifted in the spirit and walk good forever. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.